Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to our Impact Your Future event. We are so excited that you're here and so excited to come alongside you tonight and share what God has done through this opportunity and through these products. You're going to hear our story right now, but we have, four other friends joining us this evening to share their story as well. All of us are from different parts of the country. All of us have different backgrounds, different stories, but I'm just so excited for you to just realize there's something more out there. I think we're in a season in our culture and in our economy right now that a lot of us are having this wake up moment, ensuring that we're doing life the way we want to do it. Like, have you had any thoughts of wow, there goes my earring. Do I want to do this job? We'll just take this one out too. Do I want to continue in this job? When life goes back to normal, do I want that normal? Have any of you guys found yourself in that situation? Just kind of evaluating life and priorities as we have a moment to kind of take a deep breath and assess everything. I don't know if you can relate to that at all, but we're going to share a little bit about our story. Real quick, though, you're going to notice the posts are numbered. So if you miss anything, use the search bar on this page and you can look it up. Just search Impact Your Future and refresh the screen often, and then you're going to see some posts and some lives. But anyways, we are Chad and Krista Deary. We live in Minneapolis, Minnesota. We've got 8 children, 18 down to 2. In fact, our lovely 2-year-old was screaming just seconds ago, so our adrenaline is pumping right now. It's all things crazy in our home with 8 children, especially during a quarantine. We also have a son with special needs, so we are a part of the special needs community. That's just a community of superheroes, in my opinion. And we homeschool a bunch of our kids too. We're both home full-time with our family every single day, and that was a dream that we have had in our hearts for 20 years, I would say, that God brought to pass. Oh my goodness, I'm so distracted seeing your comments. Hi! That God brought to pass through this. So anyways, I'm going to have Chad share more of our backstory, and then we'll go from there.
Hey guys, so excited to be here tonight. And we have quite the story just from myself having a background in the business world, had been self-employed ever since I was 19 and had ran multiple businesses, a lot of massive failures and some tiny successes, but that really got us to a place about back in 2009 or so, right last time when the market really took a tank. We were buying real estate when people were selling real estate. We weren't the wisest couple in the bunch, and we got really just over leveraged in real estate. The market crashed. Long story short, we lost 6 or 7 houses, ended up literally being homeless, living with one of our friends who's actually on our team now for a couple weeks. And I was doing everything from going door-to-door sales, trying to sell coupons just to put bread on the table. And it was just such a crazy time that we were in. And we, at that point in time, just said to ourselves, we will never go back there again. We're never going to go back to that space. And so we just kept looking and praying. I started up a couple other businesses. And roughly about 5 years ago or so, I had a consulting business and was actually helping business owners start up their own business and providing business plans for those companies. But didn't love what I did. I liked it, but I really loved being with this beautiful gal over here and my kids. That was really my passion and my dream. And so we were always kind of talking, what would it take to get us there? And so we were always trying something, thinking about something new, never really pulled the trigger on something. So just kind of staying afloat more than anything with this business. And so, that's where kind of what I was at. I had this dream in my heart, but didn't really know how to get there. Had tried so many different things, but didn't know what God was going to use to be kind of our catapult to financial freedom. And so that at that point, I'd seen my wife kind of her health had been diminishing from a multitude of reasons. One being which, as she mentioned, we have a son with special needs, and seeing his health deteriorate and the whole trauma that went along with his brain injury. So I was watching my wife and her health deteriorate, hair falling out. It just, lots of different symptoms, and I didn't know what was going on. And so I remember really clearly when Krista gave me a call on the phone, and I was, had pinched every penny down to, I knew where every penny was going, and she called me and she was asking for some money to do something. So maybe you should just share what that was like.
To join?
Well, yeah.
Oh, you guys, we didn't have extra money. We had been climbing out of a pit for a decade. And I feel like we're like scratching the surface. I mean, climbing out of that pit meant living on handouts and friends bringing diapers and food to us, relying on ministries and nonprofits for food and for food box donations. And then, a season of food stamps and crazy coupon cutting. We'd go stop at the dumpsters on Sundays to look for newspapers that were thrown away because we couldn't even afford the newspapers. So, we weren't like overflowing in extra cash to go ahead and try something new. And when we heard about it, we weren't even looking for a business. We were just desperate for a change in my health. Never would have guessed it would come through something called Slim. But I know I share my testimony often here on this page. So you guys know my health journey, but it was out of that we began to share. And I had to ask Chad for a whopping $40 more so I could join, because I had shared transparently on Facebook. People were asking how to join, and I was like, quick, Chad, I need $40. I need to sign up. I don't know what it is, but yeah, the rest I feel like is history.
Yeah, and I wanted to make sure that $40 was refundable, because it was like, man, if that money goes to waste, we might not be eating next month. And so I remember, hesitantly saying, okay, go ahead and make the big purchase of $40, and she did. And I remember it was literally like within 2 months that she showed me a paycheck, and my eyes, you may have seen it somewhere, but my eyes like literally popped out of my head. I was like, what in the heck? Where'd you get that money? Is this legal? What's going on?
We'll put the picture in the comments after we're done.
That's pretty epic. And so once that paycheck came in, I was like, holy cow, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This could be the raft that the Lord sent us, and we didn't even know it was coming. This could be the life preserver that was going to, just totally change our financial future and our children's financial future for that matter. And so at that point in time, I said, hey, how can I help? And so what we did is created a strategy where I could come alongside of her and help her out and start building the business and helping her around with the home. And I was able to phase out of my business. I don't even know the timeline.
21 months later.
Yeah, 21 months later. And so I was able to sell my consulting company and come home, be a full-time stay-at-home dad, and which was my dream ever since I was a little boy, was just to have kids and be a dad and be a big boy. I just got back from the soccer field playing with my boys, and that was my dream. And so it's just been really a dream come true the last 3 years. It's sometimes we have to pinch ourselves that we don't have a job. We don't fight traffic. This is when, I know so many business people are sadly suffering right now, and thank the Lord that we're not. And it was just God's providence that he really led us to do this. And so, yeah.
Yeah, and you may notice our camera's bopping. We're currently sitting on the guest bed of Chad's parents' home because it's not a waterbed. Hallelujah. But we are preparing to move on Tuesday. And so it's just been a really surreal time. I can kind of even feel the undercurrent of my emotions. We're in the midst of a pandemic. And the last time this occurred in our economy, we crashed. We were part of the statistics of the ones filing for unemployment and needing help, right? And here we are walking through a similar season in our economy, or kind of bracing ourselves for the possibility of that, right? And it's been 12 years since we've owned a home. It's been 12 years since we got that knock on the door with papers served to us saying, you're evicted, you need to be out in 3 days, and begging them for more time. It's been 12 years of climbing out and beginning to even dare try to dream again. I remember taking those dreams off our refrigerator. I remember deciding to just choose contentment, and this is all we're going to get in life, to let those dreams go. I never would have guessed that this would come into our path. I never would have guessed that we'd be buying a home again, that God would be a restorer of what had been lost, but in an opportunity that involved me, first of all, but that he would do it this way. He didn't just restore my health, but in changing my health, it changed my spiritual walk, it changed our marriage, it changed our family, it changed the dynamics in our home, it changed our future, and it changed our finances. But guys, that financial change occurred by sharing and offering this gift to others. It's not like we're sitting here saying, hey, this is what it's done for us, and we're going to pray you find something too. No, we're able to say, this is what it's done for us, and the offer is at the table. Like, it's here for the taking. It's it's available. It's never been more available ever. For $9.95 now, you can have a turnkey business where you can share your heart and offer things that people need. Everyone everywhere is in need of something to help with their anxiety and their stress levels. Everyone everywhere is in need of something to build their immune system and stay strong in this season. Everyone everywhere is looking for an opportunity for their finances because they're realizing that what they had may not be cutting it. And that we all want that control, right? Where someone else can't dictate your future, right? And this is what's given us the keys back to kind of decide, what do we want out of life? And how do we want to use our time? And let's go after it. So anyway, stay tuned for more stories. We love you guys. And who knows, God may have brought you here tonight for such a time as this. Don't miss the very answer to your prayers right here in front of you. We'll talk to you guys soon.